right? That means I know how to express myself and I know how to express my emotions clearly. And people get mad when I kind of like check them and don't let them communicate, something incorrectly. I'll say, no, 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 that's not what I said. That's not what and I'll get them say, no, 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 that's not what I said was.
Defensive.
Right. And what that means to me is people don't like when I get like that. But if you consistently mischaracterize me, here comes the stinger. And Kara, it takes a lot for me to bring that scorpion stinger out. But when I do, I'm very exact with it. Having said that,
A little bit of it. We
But
kind
but
of
that's good. That's good though, Dave.
hold on,
Cause
Dre. Hold on, Dre. Kara, let's not do this on the live. We
no,
are
no,
we
no. Just hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not going into any specifics. All I'm saying is because you have a high emotional quotient, you can be very skilled with using that as a weapon. Is that fair?
Yes, Kara. Are you talking about on the live when I snapped on everybody and it wasn't your fault?
It's not. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Okay. Well, when else did I pull a stinger out on you?
whenever she gonna DM me about it, she'll DM me about it.
All right, okay, Kara, DM me. All right, so yes, I will pull the stinger out when I need to. But going back to that, y'all, as a man who has a high emotional intelligence, I have a low tolerance for a woman that cannot communicate her emotions effectively. I can't do it. I can't be a better woman than you are. I, I, I
Oh,
can't be. No, yes, yes, yes,
that's not fair.
yes. I know I'm shooting a shot. No, I'm throwing it out there.
I hear you, but that's not fair.
Benty, I want to come to you next. I see you got a reaction. Look, Benty. Look, Kara. David should not be able to communicate the complexities of his emotions and his love and his sensitivities better than you can. I don't have womb, ovaries, or breasts. I don't have hips. I don't have anything that makes a woman. I don't have all that estrogen. I am overflowing with testosterone. Why in the hell am I more emotionally communicative than somebody I'm dating? I'm not interested. I want a woman that's gonna come to me and say, "Baby, I miss you. Baby, I thought about you. Baby, you hurt my feelings. Baby, you brought that stinger out on me on live, and I'm so upset. I want to hear it. Tell me, so then we can talk about it. But don't just shut me out."
Here's the thing. Yes, you can like what you like and want what you want, and it can be a deal breaker. But don't generalize broad stroke that all females should have emotional intelligence because they're female. That's a broad stroke. That's the one I have an issue with. You saying you can't be a better woman than me. I'm a woman with PCOS. I have more testosterone than most women.
I'm so sick of your eyeball.
I have more testosterone than most women. I can outfuck almost any man. Outfuck. My sex drive is so high.
What?
So, but
I've never heard that.
Yeah, I don't shoot that shot as a broad stroke. Like all men should be able to fuck you because they have no.
Benty,
Yeah.
let me clarify. I said what I said, but here's what I said. First of all, let me apologize to all the women if I broad stroked all women. I'm broad stroking the women that I
Sure,
that
what you
I have
drinking?
talked to in my life.
No,
I'm not talking about all women. I'm talking about of the women Dave Life has dated.
Right.
If you have not been emotionally intelligent and you struggle to explain your emotions, that relationship did not last long.
Right. Okay.
That's I don't
Got
mean
it.
all, but
Got
that's
it.
what I mean. If I'm in a relationship with you, I don't need to be more sensitive than you. And I don't want, and look, I don't want you to be more masculine than me. I just don't want that. I don't want you squatting 500 pounds and I'm still squatting 135 from high school. Hell no. No, I just don't want it. I don't give a damn if you are feminine. No, I
That
don't want you
that I
outlifting me.
agree. I agree with that. I don't like when I agree with that point. I don't like when a woman is more masculine than me. Like I don't like that behavior. Like when you're masculine, I like a woman to be feminine. I don't want it to be. I'm not saying you can't have a little bit of masculinity, but I don't want it to be more than me. Like I don't find that if my woman is that's a woman that are too masculine. I don't find them to be attractive. I like when I just like what Kira. What's wrong? What?
Can somebody please define masculine? Can the men define masculine and what you mean when you say masculine?
Yeah, your behavior. For me, the way you behave. You understand? Like that. The soft side. Like, let me give you for example. For example, as Dave was saying, I like when a woman is emotional. You understand? Me already tough up and me not like when woman like that. Me like when woman soft spoken, all of them stuff there. I like when my woman is. I've talked to women already, and they like really gangster. They're like, yo, what you do? Like, me, like, yo, what's up? What you doing? Nah, like, I ain't with that. Nice, just like how you up there. I don't see you as masculine as much as they say you got a lot more testosterone. And Kira, I don't see you have a you both have a feminine, pleasant look to you.
And it's also it's how you talk. If a woman is calling me bro, I'm done with her. Do never call me bro. No,
No,
my name ain't bro. I don't like that shit. You're not gonna bro me.
yo, where
What
the fuck
else?
you at?
You know,
Like
and aggressiveness. You know, like
aggressive.
they're trying to push you over in bed and come here. I'm gonna take it. Whoa, excuse me. I'm not a piece of meat. No.
Lift you up and throw you on the counter,
Yeah,
right?
lift you up and throw you on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Try to eat your groceries. No, you're not eating my groceries. Get away from me. You know what I'm saying?
How do
Without
I end up on the craziest ones? I'm like, oh,
listen, man. But he's asking examples of a woman being, you know, too masculine, you know, too abrasive. You know what I'm saying? Like
but
everything is harsh and abrasive. Like, no.
but I think you can bring more of a feminine side out of a woman, just like a woman can bring more of a masculine side, depending on how you relate to each other.
Kara, you can, but guess what? At 48, I ain't bringing nothing out of you that ain't already there. You need to come through the door with femininity oozing. For me, Dave ain't doing it. Just like what you say. You say you're not gonna deal with addiction. You ain't got no time to teach them how to have self control and get free of their and get delivered. I ain't got time to teach them how to
Yes,
be
I think
feminine.
you're a good feminine.
I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Kira, what's wrong with you? Like it's stressing out Kira.
Dave was a lot. Let me just say that. Dave was a lot.
All right. Since you gave everybody else 2 spots, can I give my second 2?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So number 2, first is breach of contract. Number 2 is selfish, and number 3 is no longer on the same page, which is kind of like a lack of interest in my life.
Give me the lack of interest and then give me selfish. Give me 2 examples. What's an
Okay.
example of not on the same page?
So when I started really coming out as being poly, my ex was like, babe, yes, finally everybody gets to see you shine, everybody gets to see you glow. Go out there, go to Portugal, be wild, be crazy. I want all the stories, all the stories. I come back and I'm like, babe, I did that. I did that for us. Look at all these bracelets. I got all the bracelets. They had no bracelets left. I earned everything. I earned, you know, and then he gave me this
The
glazed over look and I was like, oh.
The bracelets? What's the bracelet?
Bracelets. You earned them from the workshops. So if you passed the test and you were unanimously voted as the best performer of that particular task, you got a bracelet.
Dave, we need to go get her a bracelet.
Y'all not ready. So, I'll tell you
No.
I'll tell you now, y'all not ready. But I'm there. And he was like, and I'm like, oh, and now the rest of the year, like I'm going to Mexico in February. I'm going to go to Portugal again. I'm going there. And I'm telling him my plans. And he looks at me and goes, I thought it was a phase. And I'm like, no, it wasn't a phase, babe. Like, this is who I am.
I see.
Deal breaker.
No interest. Yeah, no interest in your life. I hate
So I guess
I hate
okay.
people that just kind of placate you. You know, they're not interested, but they act interested. And when you're trying to tell them about your life or your dreams or your day, they're like this. Yeah, babe. Yeah, exactly. What you say? Oh, great. Yeah, babe. Yeah. They don't really care. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? No,
Right.
I don't like that.
Yeah. So that was it. I mean, it was mutual. It's like we were close to getting married, but it's like I don't want to marry somebody who doesn't respect what I choose to do and who I choose to be with in my life. So
I think that's one of the things. I think that's one of the things that I was saying to somebody, like whenever you want to talk, choose the person that you want. Like choose the person that don't choose a person and want to convert them into something that you want. No, choose the person that you want. So if you see me on Instagram or wherever you see me and you want to talk to me, when I tell you what I am, accept that. Don't try to change it. Don't try to, just like how you say, I thought it was a phase. Most things that people enjoy doing, it's not a phase. Don't think it's a phase. It's something they want to do until the day they die, basically. Especially if they enjoy, that's what it is, they enjoy doing it.
Yeah, I
Like
I
a
saw
agree.
the
person that's a
comment.
porn,
You
like
shouldn't try to
like a
change
person
people.
that, yeah, that's like a person that's a porn star. They enjoy being a porn star, or
Mm.
they enjoy being a stripper. Whatever they enjoy doing, and they, you know they enjoy doing it, you see they put all effort behind it. Don't try to think you could change them or talk them out of it, because they just gonna end up going right back to it.
Right.
Because
Hold
that's
on.
one thing that I've learned. That's one thing that I've learned, Dave. You can't hide from yourself. You can't. You can't. No matter how you try, you can't hide from yourself.
Uh,
I hear
said
you.
that the key for me is to be with someone who doesn't mind cutting off anything or anyone who jeopardizes your union. Cutting off anything or anyone. Now, I will say this though. Look, if you meet someone like Dre said, and they're a porn star, or they're a track star, or they're a movie star, or they're a musician, or whatever, they're an aspiring, and they love their craft. Don't come in the situation asking them to change. You know, don't ask Will Smith to stop acting. Don't ask Carl Lewis to stop running track, or Usain Bolt to stop running track. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask Denzel to stop acting. Like when you meet someone and they're doing their passion, whether they're making money at it or not, don't change them. Like accept them for who they are. And if that threatens the union, T Rosedom, then that means don't be with that person. Like you got the wrong person. You
That,
know, you got to match up with somebody that you agree with their passion. Binti, you said selfish. Give me an
Yes.
example of selfish.
Before I go there, somebody had commented like he felt that I switched up on him. We were already in an open relationship. I had already encouraged him to go out on dates and stuff, but I had been monogamous in that respect because I wasn't interested in. I was pursuing my career, so when I started to really pursue this, that when I made that time, I quit my job for a year to chase my education. He was like, "Whoa, okay." I thought it was a phase. So selfishness, I will identify the one moment I felt the most lonely in my life. I was with my partner. It was year 3. We'd had a huge fight and we went to bed. And I lay there crying the whole night with that man dead asleep.
So he never woke up. He never heard you
He
weeping. He
didn't
never
cuddle me.
checked on you.
He didn't say goodnight. He came right into bed, turned his back on me, went straight to sleep.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
bad. You can't see somebody crying and just be like whatever and just go to bed.
That was it for me. I was like,
that
Yeah.
yep,
yeah,
this is
that's I would think for that's because as a man, for me, if even if me and a woman vex, I'll still like even if you're vexed and you're not talking to me and you turn your back, I scoot up there and I put my little hands around you. I'm not even saying nothing to you. I'm just letting you know that I'm here.
But
Kira, you
but
was gonna
Dre,
say something. I hope you don't forget it.
But Dre, here's a question: while she's crying and you're comforting her and you holding her, are you gonna resist trying to get some?
No, I'm gonna try to slip it in.
See, you can't just see. Listen, Dre, I'm telling you, in those intimate moments when she's crying and she's hurt, you know,
I'm
all
kidding. I
she
wouldn't. I
wants you to
wouldn't.
do is,
I wouldn't do that. Though. I wouldn't do that. I'm joking. I'm joking. I wouldn't. I would just
oh,
lay there. I would just lay there. Slip it in now. Probably in the morning when she probably would allow you in the morning.
I'm gonna tell you what you do, Dre. I'm gonna tell you what you do. When she's crying and she's upset, you hug her, you give her a kiss on the back of the neck, you tell her you're sorry and you love her, and you just flip over and all the crying stop.
You breaking up.
The crying's gonna stop.
even the Wi-Fi said, don't do it.
Nah, he's gone. That's
Come back.
that's that's when you just take
Okay.
control as a man. Now look, now don't insert, don't just eat that box and watch that crying stop, and then come back and hug her, kiss on the back of the neck, and say goodnight, baby. Watch, she gonna wake up in love again. Kara, you've been too quiet over there.
Kira was gonna say something. I want Kira to. Kira
Kara,
has
you
something
too
she want to
quiet.
say from earlier. Let me hear it.
In response to something you said, Dave, about Denzel Washington, don't try to ask him to stop acting. But the reality is, and just because you mentioned him, so his wife is or was an actress. Clearly, her career didn't take off like his, and she took a back seat.
So, Kara, one of the top
So
20 that I read from the website was you sacrifice your career for the other person, right? Now, sacrificing your career is a choice. So in the instance that Denzel's wife um, tried it and it didn't quite go, and she chose to sacrifice it, that's one thing. But if he asks her to sacrifice, you know, because his is because he's trying, like I would never ask somebody to not work. You know what I'm saying? Like if they want to work, if they and especially if they love their passion, I would never be like, hey, why don't you just be a stay-at-home mom? Like I would try to figure out, you know what I'm saying, how she can work and we can make the relationship work. But
Well, I
but
think
if
women
she
do make
chooses,
she
then I'm
made
not
the
gonna.
I think because they had their son. So I don't know if that would have been her choice and under different circumstances, and I don't know what her talent level is.
That part, and then well, let's go to children, right? How you raise children and a number of children can be a deal breaker. Um,
Hmm.
I always ask someone that I'm interested in, what's their idea around children, and what's their idea around being a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home wife. Do I want my
KG.
wife to
Yeah.
take care of my children for maybe the first year? You know what I'm saying? I don't want her, hustling, bustling, and we got to get a kids to a nanny. You know what I'm saying? At least not the first year, maybe longer, depending on her goals and her interests. But I want my wife to take care of her children, initially, and then go back to work or work from home. But I'm not going to require, like, I'm not going to say you're going to. What I'm going to say is, babe, what do you want to do? Here's my desire, but tell me how you want to work this. Because I feel like motherhood and being a wife and working, that's your choice. I shouldn't mandate anything, in my opinion.
Oh, you should have mandated her to have. Oh, you mean like motherhood in terms of. Alright, forget it. Kira, finish us your point.
It's the circumstances change, right? So I think while like compromise is very important and looking at the unit as opposed to me, me, me. So in that conversation, and obviously these are people I don't know, but Denzel and I think his wife's name is Pauletta, they came to a decision that worked for them. But someone's going to have some regrets at the end of the day. Like maybe she would have wondered, would I have been able to, be a star? Maybe not as big as him, or who knows bigger? You never know. But someone's going to have to take an L sometimes. So like having a partner that's willing to look at the unit, the bigger picture, and it's not always just money, although that is a big part, especially if we're talking about kids and family. But, someone's going
One
to
of
take.
my thing is, Kira, is like you giving up on your dream for a person, and you be like, boom, you give up your dream. 2, 3 years, boom, the relationship doesn't work. The person that you give up your dream for do some dumb shit, and the relationship end up doesn't work, and you gotta start the fuck back over all the way, all because you give up. So that's one of my thing. Like you meet me, I'm this way. Let us stay this way until I decided to change. Because most relationship with people is they see the red flag, they bypass the red flag, then that same red flag come to hit them in the back, and they be like, oh fuck, seriously. But baby, you saw the red flag before, but you still pursue the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you understand? So that is one of my thing. Like you're attorney. You may just use it for example because I see your name attorney. You
Hmm.
give up your attorney role for me pursuing something. You follow me wherever you are. You follow me. You leave here. We go to a next state because you follow me. So I'm gonna go to a next state and I end up turning or changing on you. You leave your role and all of that shit. I bring you to a state. I fucked up over there, and then you all by yourself. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it sometimes for me, I'm a Virgo, and sometimes in order for your there's a thing they say about us. In order for your success, you become selfless. So sometimes you gotta be selfless in order for you to really reach where you're going. So that could be a deal breaker for people too.
Yeah.
You also have to think about this, Dre. And I want to bring somebody else onto the stage. So, somebody's got to drop. Who's willing to drop?
I'm a judge.
Who's gonna drop? Dre gonna drop?
I
All
can
I'm
right.
a
drop.
judge.
Stay with me, Kara. Unless
Oh,
you have.
so I follow you too, ladies. So, but I'm a job though.
Appreciate you, Dre. All right. Let me see if I can add somebody. Come on to the stage. Come on to the stage. I was gonna say that when it comes to careers, if the wife is a lawyer or a doctor, and let's say the dad is a struggling musician.
Hey, friend. Hi.
What's up, Mimi? Happy New Year.
Hey.
Let's say that the husband is a struggling artist or a struggling musician. It might
Don't
not
do
make
it.
sense for the wife to quit her job if she's got a high powered job. Now, if she wants to, great. Like if she's like, I ain't trying to work like this no more, great. And she's gonna be able to live off of the musician's salary, great. But in the instance where the musician or the artist is struggling and maybe they're just working odd jobs, it might not make sense for the wife to give up that high powered job. Um, Kara, how do you feel about that statement? And then I'm gonna come to Mimi.
I'm really practical. We're gonna break out the calculator and figure it out. But you know, you busting tables and following your dream ain't gonna cut it.
Would you ever marry a man who's busting tables and developing his dream at the
Okay?
point you met him? At the point you
No,
met him, that's exactly what he was doing.
10 years ago, maybe, but not today.
Yeah, we had that discussion the other day about financial deal breakers and how a woman should not marry a man who's making money less than her level.
Vice versa.
You know what I'm saying? He just shouldn't. Yeah, we talked about
Vice
that part
versa.
too, Mimi.
It's
Um,
vice versa though.
so
I don't
Mimi,
understand why I'll never put myself in no situation that I can't control. And I mean that differently because why would you want to struggle? And I have to say this very freely. White women don't marry unless they know they're going to be. That's why they stick with athletes. That's why they stick with Dante in school,
Mhm.
who's going to, parents don't got it like that. And then Bob going to pay. That's Sarah's dad who's going to pay. You understand what I'm saying? It's all a cycle. Everything is a cycle. What a person does that's after. If people say, why do black men date white women? Because it's a cycle. That's what they know. It's gonna be Bob who took care of their tuition.
so let me ask you this.
Black women, we don't do that. We don't have to struggle. We take that time when we get older to suppress that. I think that if we would have shut the fuck up younger, I ain't gonna hold it.
So wait a minute. So
I'm not gonna
what
hold
you're
it.
saying is that a woman should not marry a man who's making less than the level she's at. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, she looking at me crazy, but see what I'm coming from. I think that if we, when white girls are like, oh, she got this athlete. No, I think that we've already conditioned to do it ahead of time that we don't know how to do it. When white women do it, they're gonna take everything from you. They wait. They're gonna wait.
Hold
They're gonna
on.
wait until
Wait.
you.
Mimi, what are we saying? Are you saying that? Are you saying that a woman should not marry someone that's making less than her?
I'm saying that a woman should not marry. Do white women marry less than anything than her? They
Right.
marry
I
athletes,
see you
right?
making a contrast between white and black relationships. Right.
Okay, and I'm saying, okay, why do we have to control or we have to say, oh, because he gonna get better? No, sometimes they don't get
Okay.
better.
So let me make it
So
clear for my
say,
audience. So you're saying that black women tend to marry for potential, and it's like he'll get better, and I'm gonna work with him.
black women tend to marry. I'm gonna be okay with this. It's not okay. Sometimes you gotta say fuck that. It
Okay.
ain't okay with it. You understand what I'm saying?
So black women should not settle for someone who's
Yeah,
making
there you
less than
go.
them.
Don't settle. Why we settle for the so long until we get older, and then when a nigga hurts you, you turn around and say, I ain't wanna fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. We should have been already said that, nigga. We the one control everything.
I think the difference is how black women
How? What
versus
you
white
mean?
women calculate potential.
They calculated when their parents tell you what you're supposed to do. Okay.
What I'm trying to say, for example, you have a white girl who meets, a boy in college who was All-American in high school, who is likely to
How
go.
does it
I'm
pause?
saying it just
Hold on,
depends.
All American
hold on,
boy who's in a.
Mimi. Hold on, Mimi. You gotta let her finish. You can't overtalk. Otherwise, I gotta take you off
Okay,
stage.
go ahead.
All right,
You're right.
go ahead, Kara.
What I'm saying is, depending on your age, I think potential is okay depending on how you're calculating it. So another example people love to use is Barack Obama. When him and Michelle met, he wasn't yet at the point where he was in school when they met. But that potential, being at Harvard Law, being president of the law review, is a different caliber of potential than, Pookie, he's talking about he's going to be a rapper. So I'm saying I think it's okay to look at potential depending on your age, but be realistic about the potential. We're not talking about I have the potential to win the lotto. Okay, yeah, but what are those odds?
Okay, Mimi. hold on. Before we even go around the block, Mimi, what are your top 3 deal breakers? Because the subject tonight is deal breakers.
Top deal 3 breakers. If a guy talks to me and he's very insecure, number 1. Number 2, please don't ever tell me I make more money than you, because I will. And number 4, don't ever speak to me unless you know what the fuck I'm talking about. And that, like, you cannot do that. What this conversation is,
Wait
it's
a
really
minute.
weird to me.
Wait. Mimi said, "Don't ever speak to me unless you know what the fuck I'm talking about."
Very weird to me.
Mimi,
It's very weird that she
Mimi.
said,
You
no,
know what my next
friend,
question
let
for
me,
you
let me,
is?
let
Hold
me,
on,
let me, let
Mimi.
me,
No, Mimi. You know what my next question for you is? What the fuck are you talking about?
yeah.
Mimi, what the hell are you talking about
You're
right
a
now?
mess.
Okay, you want me to go ahead and say what I'm talking about?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay. She said, what was your
Kara?
rebuttal?
Kara?
How you calculate potential, I think, matters depending on
How
your
does no white woman calculates anything? Do you understand why
Mimi,
it's richer to keep?
Mimi, hold on. We're not arguing. This ain't the Kara and Mimi. Mimi, why you always come on my stage causing problems? You get on every
Don't
time.
invite me then, cause I'm keeping it real.
I want you to
You
keep it
mad
real,
because I'm
but
telling
don't
you what
attack.
it is.
Don't attack. Come on, let Kara live.
I'm not. You felt attacked. I'm sorry.
No, it's a difference in opinion. I mean, I stand behind what I said.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think she felt no attack.
No, it's all good. So
I'm
Mimi,
saying what it is though.
I want to stick to the 3 deal breakers. She
Okay,
said,
the 3 deal breakers. Stop talking to me.
If you're insecure,
That's it. And say
insecure,
yes.
and don't
And
say
DC, what
I
about
make
it?
more than. Why do you have a problem with a man that says you make more money than me? That means he's showing his.
Because you don't ever tell me that. Don't you ever tell me as a female. Don't ever tell me that I make more money than you.
But
Because
what if
I
you
like
do?
you to play the role.
But
I
what if you
like
do?
you to. We gonna be submissive. A female's gonna be submissive. Shut the fuck up, because white bitches do. And I have to be racist. I have to, because this is what y'all like. This is what the fuck y'all like. Y'all really like it like that.
Mimi, not all
But
black
I ain't
men
gonna
like white.
uplift.
Not all black men.
Man,
We're
all
not
right.
gonna. Listen.
So what's up?
Hold on, Mimi. Hold on. Let me level. Mimi, welcome to 2022. Let me level set 2022. Mimi, it's speak life in 2022. We are not speaking death.
We're not. What is this? Nobody's speaking negative. Like, you should be able to say what you need to say freely. I shouldn't have to apologize for me speaking how I feel.
I got you.
Don't apologize.
Let's not attack. Let's not attack.
Okay,
white,
we saying what we saying. What are we saying wrong? I said what I said.
let's not attack white women. Let's just say how we feel, but let's not attack.
No, I am, because this is what it is. And then you.
Okay.
And then Tristan Thomas over here apologize. Nigga, just say you want to fuck somebody else.
All right, so look,
Real.
I'm gonna keep it focused, Mimi. So I'm gonna keep it focused. You said men that talk about your money, men that don't
insecure.
that talk insecure, and men that don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Now, this is fucking hilarious. Mimi, let me ask you something, my friend. Why does it bother you if a man says you make more money? What if you make more money? What if you
Because
actually?
my dad never said that. And my dad made more money than my mom, and my mom started making more money than him. But my dad put my mom in a situation to make more money. You understand what I'm saying? He put her in a situation to make more money than him.
Okay.
So why would it bother me? And it hurts my feelings when I hear a man say, "What you should let your bitch run the household. We gotta run the household. Why the fuck, nigga? I ain't gonna see you." And I'm speaking from a drug dealer. You understand where I'm coming from? I don't know it, but as a
Now, hold on,
female
wait.
that went,
When you
as
say
a female that went through that,
when you say you should let your woman run the household, what you mean? Because
yeah,
I mean,
we run the house.
how
Pay
so?
the bills. That's a part of being.
Oh,
submissive.
you mean manage the household? I guess.
No, that's a part of being submissive. You don't never have to act, because we instilled to do that, and that sucks. But this is what we're instilled to do. We're instilled to run the household. We're instilled to cook. We're instilled to clean. This is in our brain automatically. You don't never have to tell no girl to do them type of shit. And if you deal with a bitch that you gotta tell that, you don't have to talk to her, because you're not dealing with a woman. A woman's gonna do that. As long as you take care of the outside, nigga, I should never have to come outside, bro.
So okay, I love it. So I love it. So listen, I'm gonna say it the way you. I'm gonna say it the way you said it, Mimi. I'm gonna say it the way you said it, Mimi. A bitch should never have to leave the house. So if my bitch
Yeah,
gotta leave the
not
house,
at
that's a
all.
deal breaker. You ain't leaving my fucking house. You gonna sit here and you gonna stay, you gonna manage that household. I love
Yeah.
it, Mimi.
And I manage the household. I manage my car. When I want to leave outside, my car got
So Mimi, this is what I'm
an
gonna do.
oil change. My car got everything. I got a 2020
Mimi,
Jaguar
any
FX.
any
Come on,
other
bro.
any other
Come
deal
on, nigga. I
breakers?
can do it. I own my own business. I do whatever. My nigga tell me to go ahead and go to sleep if I want.
Mm.
He do what he gotta do, and I
Mm.
make sure I do what I gotta do. But do you understand how it works?
I
It's a
understand
cycle.
what you're saying, and I'm with it. You're saying it in a coarse manner. It's coarse, but I'm with you. I'm tracking,
Where
my
you
friend.
from, Mimi?
I'm tracking. Listen.
I live in Florida. I live in West Palm.
So Mimi, I'm gonna let you go because I gotta add somebody else on, and you're extra turned up tonight. Somebody said, who pissed you all the way off, Mimi?
Nobody. I'm just telling you how it is. Y'all gonna miss me.
All right. I'm gonna bring you back in
Bye.
a little bit, Mimi.
Bye,
All right.
friends.
Thanks for joining.
Bye. See you guys.
That's Mimi Who This, y'all. Mimi, that's
Hey.
my friend. Mimi speaks her mind. Let me see if I can add Princess Sheba if she got time. I've been trying to get to you, Carissa. She said bye. Oh, there she go. Hey,
Hey.
Princess Sheba. All right. So what we're doing is we're talking about the top 20 deal breakers. I'm asking everyone, what are their top 3 deal breakers? So Carissa, the birthday girl, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Tell us what your top 3 deal breakers are.
Poor hygiene, poor sex, somebody who procrastinates, and somebody who is not really driven, motivated.
All right, let's talk about motivation because I saw that one come up twice, and then let's talk about poor sex. So someone that's not motivated. Give us an example of what that looks like.
Let's say, for instance, he loses his job or something like that, and he doesn't get up and try to, find a job. He's just, going into depression, making excuses. And I would have to constantly tell him, go get a job, just constantly supporting him and just kind of uplifting him, and he doesn't do anything for himself. That would be a problem for me.
So wait, Carissa, was this guy at a financial level lower than you?
Yes.
All right.
But I
I
still
always,
supported him. I still
yeah.
supported him. He was in college. He had a job. He lost his job. The school he was attending closed down, and I stuck beside him. But then I took a loss. I lost a lot of money, and I wound up leaving him, and I was, in a financial bind, and it was draining. I felt like I was raising a kid, so it was just
Yeah.
mentally draining on me.
On our first show about deal breakers, 2 shows ago, financial deal breakers was the biggest one. And we kept saying that night, every single guest was like, ladies, do not date or get serious with someone who's at a financial level lower than you. It always backfires. I always think a woman should date a man at her level or higher
Well,
financially.
he wasn't like that in the beginning, but once he lost everything, the relationship just went down.
And that was because of lack of motivation. He wasn't driven to
Correct.
go and
Yes.
achieve. I
And
understand.
he went into a deep depression, very deep depression.
That goes back to they don't have a job or they can't keep a job. Because
Mhm.
some people are just opposed to 9 to 5s. They just don't want to work for anyone. They just don't want to be subject to someone else's time schedule. They feel like they're worth more money than what these jobs are offering. And
Right.
that's fine. But if their entrepreneurial life isn't popping off, it's like, for me, that don't work. I need somebody who's going to go make some money and contribute to the pot. You know what I'm saying? So lack of motivation is a big deal. Let's talk about,
Can I say something really quick? I think part of it, especially for a man, it's important to have a woman that believes in him. Because stuff isn't always going to be great, but like if she believes that you can walk on water, you probably going to figure out how to walk on water.
True.
yeah, we also talked about support the other night. Raleigh mentioned that. A woman that, somebody said, I don't want to raise no man. right? She was like, I don't want to raise no man. I don't care about his potential. I want him to already be there. And then, you know, my homie Raleigh was like, yo, but Dave, he said, you got to let her know, like, supporting your man is different than raising your man. And I think that some women just don't get the concept of support, you know? Now, granted, like Carissa said, you don't want to support them and they're unmotivated and they just never, you know what I mean? And now you're going into financial debt because you're so supportive. Sometimes you do have to cut your losses. But, you know, like you said, Kara, I always think about the movie Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man 1 with Tobey Maguire. It's going to sound goofy, but I'm going to say it anyway. Spider-Man, I think it was Spider-Man 1 or 2. He used to shoot his webs from his wrist. It wasn't mechanical. It was like fluid from his body. And when he had love problems in his love life, they equated the fluid coming out almost like to his hormones. So he wasn't able to shoot his webs. He wasn't able to swing. He wasn't able to be Spider-Man. And then at the end of the movie, he ended up saving her life, and he told her, hey, I'm Spider-Man. He stopped hiding the secret. And at the end of the movie, Mary Jane looked at him and said, go get him, Tiger. And at the end of the movie, they showed him swinging higher and farther than he ever did because the love of his life accepted him and encouraged him. Support. But the beginning of the movie, he struggled to even make web fluid because he was so afraid that she would think he was, you know, not a good person because he was, you know, this superhuman spider. The point I'm making is that when a woman supports a man, he can walk on water almost because she got his back. But when she's always downing him or always doubting him, that's a major problem. So I agree with the support thing. Support is huge, Kara. But motivation, Carissa, is also huge on the man's part. But Carissa, you brought up sex. We ain't talked about sex tonight.
We don't have to talk about sex.
No, we got to talk about it. It's Dave Life After Dark. We're not gonna bypass
it. If he ain't performing right, that's a deal breaker. You got to be performing right.
Now, look, my battery just told me I only got about 20 minutes, so this is gonna be the last topic. Bad sex, like a bad performance, is one thing, but just overall bad is another thing. Are we talking about somebody that don't have the equipment for the shipment, or they don't know how?
Can't hear you.
They don't have the equipment for the shipment, or they just don't have the motion of the ocean?
All of it.
Or gas.
Or gas?
Say what?
Gas. AKA testosterone issues. That's
okay.
a big elder man out on the verge of needing some assistance.
Well, listen, thank God they have testosterone supplements and all types of herbal remedies, and they got vegan diets. They have way and exercise. There's ways to help.
You're breaking up.
I'm here. Okay, sorry. It must be my connection and my battery, y'all. Can y'all hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. So yes, Kara, there's things that can help men. I hope there's things that can help women.
If
there is.
If they're on top of it and open to getting the assistance.
I agree.
I'll add to this and why it's poor sex for the way I live my life. They have to accept my lifestyle. They have to accept that I'm polyamorous. They have to accept that I like girls, I like boys, I like trans, they have to accept it. If they can't accept it, it's a deal breaker because I don't want to be in the car having a fight about why did you kiss that girl? You know. It has to be consistent level of sex, meaning we both have the same level of horniness for each other.
Oh my God.
Say it again.
We both have to have the same level of horniness for each other so that it's not him asking me all the time. It's not me asking him all the time. And we're not going through cycles of feeling rejected by each other.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because look, sex should not be hard. It should be easy. And attraction should be easy. It should not be like pulling teeth to get you to want to fuck your husband or to get you to want to fuck your wife.
Right.
Say again?
I want to have a higher sex drive than me. I'm more interested in me than him. I'm okay with that.
Why?
Because it's always ready and available for me.
Wait a minute. That's selfish as hell. Because what happens? So you want to reject and deny. You feel like it.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I don't
I'm
know
just saying
any.
it's
I
very.
don't, Kara. I'm calling bullshit. I don't know
Hold on.
any
Are
woman
you gonna
that
cut?
has. I'm gonna cut you off. And then I'm gonna let you finish. Because Beyonce had the greatest video of all time. I
Nope,
don't know
that don't make it.
any woman. I don't know any woman that has a lower sex drive that's gonna want to give it to the man as much as he wants it. Like when they have lower sex drives, women get real um, I don't know what you want to call it, self-preserving, and they're like, no, I'm not giving you none because I don't feel like it. I don't know women that have a low sex drive that satisfy a man with a higher sex drive. What do you say to
I
that, Karen?
didn't say no. I said higher. It's very rare that you guys are at the exact same level. So if I had to choose, that's my preference. You got your preferences, sir? I got mine.
I see what this is. I see what this is now. This is debate about preferences. I get it.
No, no, no.
Oh
It
shit.
wasn't until you tried to come for me, sir.
You came on my live talking about Dave got a stinger and Dave, and you called
Can
No.
me.
can we focus? We're talking about poor sex and why it's poor sex. So poor sex for her is that if he doesn't want her more, she's kind of not into that, right? She wants him to want her more. She wants to be a desirable object.
It is unlikely that we're going to be at the exact same level.
Nobody is, right? Nobody ever is exactly 50-50.
That's my preference.
Right, right. I hear
And
you.
I'm saying I'm going to be at a 2 and he's going to be at a 10. That's crazy.
Right.
I said higher.
And for me, what I'm saying is like, if we have sex 3 times, right? And 2 of those 3 times were good and 1 was awful, that's a deal breaker for me. If you can't have a consistent level of,
Really?
yeah.
Giving.
I mean, what I'm saying is, if I'm getting into bed with you, I don't want to guess which guy I'm getting in bed, right? Like we can't have like 2, 2, 2, 9, 2, 1, 2, 2, 5. No, I can't do that. For me, it's because now I'm insecure. Is it something I'm doing? Are you? And I'll give you real life experience. What I'd find with one of my exes is that the sex was so inconsistent because he was up at night watching porn and masturbating. So the nights when he was masturbating, when we had sex, it was really bad. But it's because he was up all night masturbating, which made me feel like I wasn't good enough in bed.
Yeah, he had a different priority. He was more interested in images than he was in you,
Right.
and
So
that's a
that for
problem.
me is that's a real problem. And then the other one is an ability to evolve in your sexuality. I don't want to have missionary sex life for the rest of my life. We can't do that. We cannot do that. That is poor sex category.
Poor sex what?
Category. Like that's under what poor sex would look like for me. Like if all you can bring to the table is doggy style and missionary, please go home.
I need somebody that's a giver. I can't be with a selfish lover. Period.
Yeah.
Because I'm a giver. So I need a woman that's a giver. She cannot be a selfish lover. She can't be stingy with her box. She can't be stingy with her throat. She can't be stingy with her hugs and kisses. She can't be stingy with affection. She can't be like, oh my God, we're in public. Oh my God, baby, relax, calm down. I need somebody that's like, where, right here, daddy, real quick. Come on, daddy, get in there. That's you know what I'm saying. And then listen, since we talking about men with sexual problems and stuff, I need that wet box. So if your pH ain't right, if the box don't get wet, and don't tell me I'm not doing something. We need to get you some vitamins, drink more water. We need to help you maintain your wetness. That's huge for me. Y'all want me long and
Cabbage.
strong? I want y'all soaking wet, dripping.
Cabbage.
What
Cabbage.
does cabbage do? What
Cabbage
is
keeps
that?
eating cabbage. Yes, eating pineapples or whatever keeps it sweet, but eating cabbage really increases the ability to cause the mucosa when you're turned on in your vagina.
Whatever happened to foreplay?
That happens too, but if you're eating so I have PCOS, so I have problems with this, and one of the things my doctor recommended was eating cabbage because it just supports the moment when you do get sexually turned on during foreplay or in the event of some sexual touch somewhere, that you can produce more when you're typically lean on the drier side.
Right now, and that's a really good point, Binti, because we're not going to shame people for how their bodies are, but I'm simply saying that I prefer someone that gets wetter easier. Sometimes it's a lot of work to get someone to get their body to respond. Some people you can just blow on the back of their neck and their panties are soaked, right? Like
Right.
if I had to choose a wife, I would prefer that in a wife. You know what I'm saying? But to each their own. But yeah, she gonna have a steady diet of cabbage for sure. Yeah, I'm cooking cabbage
Cabbage
every
and
night.
pineapples.
I'm cooking
Cabbage and
cabbage every
pineapple.
night.
I ate cabbage I was going to a party. I don't know, ladies, you're new to me, but I live this way. I was going to a party and we were all talking about getting ready and girls were sending pictures of what they were going to wear. And I just sent this giant pot of cabbage stew that I had made and like gallons of water. I'm like, this is my championship round. It was really funny.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I want to, since we're talking about food, and again, we probably only got 5 minutes. I don't want to lose this live. Since we're talking about food, they always say that oysters is an aphrodisiac, right? The reason why they say that,
Yes.
you guys, is because oysters is high in zinc. Oysters are high in zinc. And men, in order to have healthy foot soldiers, they need zinc and they need selenium. And
Okay.
to an extent, they need folate, right?
Yeah.
But when you talk about their foot soldiers, they need zinc and selenium for sure. So if your man if your man ain't satisfying you when it comes to the payload, then he needs to eat some more zinc and selenium in his food. I'll just say that. So cabbage for the ladies because of whatever's in there, then other things for guys as well. And then you can eat things that keep you long and strong as well. Carissa, did we finish up all of your deal breakers, Carissa?
Yes.
Yeah. So wait a minute. Since we got ladies on the line, what about length and girth? Is that a deal breaker if he ain't built right?
Yes. If it's small, you got to put in a lot of work.
You
And
said
I'm not putting. If
if
it's small, you got to put in a lot of work.
now this is the top question for every lady watching. What is small? How many inches?
Oh, can I answer? Teacher's
But we
Yeah,
got
go
to keep
ahead
it
and
short.
answer.
We
No,
just
go
a
ahead and
short, quick
answer.
answer. Short, quick answer.
Four below is short.
4
5
or
foot,
below?
if four below is short. 5.1 is average.
No. Listen, I ain't talking about height. I'm talking about dick size. How many
That's what
inches
I'm
is
saying.
small?
4 inches and below is small.
Got it. Okay, 4 inches and below, and that's an erect penis.
Yes.
Okay, Carissa,
5.
5 is small. Okay. Anybody else in the comments? What is small? And then you guys, what about girth? Is thickness important?
Yes,
Yes.
it has to be important.
Yes.
It's important. Very important.
I heard a woman say, if he's girthy but small, then she's okay with that. Dre, don't answer that question. This is for the ladies. Just fucking Dre is answering the question. All right, I
It
see.
depends on how that woman wound is built. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She can probably take a small one and she can probably take a long one. So it depends on her anatomy.
Okay.
But also that short and thick is really very I don't mean to be graphic, but this is a part of sex. That short and thick is really good for anal.
Oh my god! Whoa!
Just like a butt plug.
Listen. I guess you got men out there. They're gonna be buying her cabbage and they're gonna be eating oysters. We didn't taught some people some stuff. All right, look, I see a lot of answers. A lot of women are saying 5, 5, 5, 5. Somebody said I need 6. Yeah, 4 and 5 and 6 inches is considered. Most people are saying 5. Kara, what's short for you? What's too small?
That's hard to say. Like, only because it really just depends on your skill.
But there's a minimum height requirement to ride certain rides. So
yeah, absolutely.
So what is the minimum? Forget the skill for a second. What's the minimum height requirement? Dick size in inches.
I'd probably say if you were a skillful 5, you might could stay for a long time.
Got you. Skillful 5. That makes sense. That makes sense. So look, you guys, before I leave, I want you all to know I did a whole episode on how to help her orgasm. I can't remember the episode number, but we talked about Binti. You don't get to answer because you probably know all these answers. Binti's a scholar. We talked about the different spots on a woman's anatomy. Do you guys know what the C spot is?
No.
The C spot on a woman's anatomy. It starts with the letter C.
Oh,
Somebody say the answer.
clitoris.
The clitoris. Cool. Do you guys know what the U spot is?
Is that in the back?
Wait a minute. Do it again.
I went to law school, not medical school. Don't over here questioning me.
No. The U spot is not in the back. The
Okay,
U spot. Okay, so look. You have the vaginal opening, which is the vagina. You have the clit, and in between the clit and the vagina, there's this little area called the U spot.
That's the G spot.
No, ma'am. I'm talking about on the outside. The G spot is in.
Oh,
and
on
out.
the outside.
Yeah.
Are you talking about like the female equivalent of the taint?
Nope.
I'm not sure.
Okay. It's clit at the top, vagina opening where you insert the penis is at the bottom.
Yeah.
Flap of skin in the middle that's a little spongy and soft. The U spot is right there on the skin. And what they say is, as a man, if you lick that spot on the way up to the clit, she can get certain sensations. So the U spot. All right.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Well, yeah.
y'all know the G spot. Y'all said the G spot was in and up. I like to do this when you talk about this. Hold on. Hold on.
Here you go.
Thank you.
No, it's actually this way.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah.
Right. You can pull too. So the G spot is in and up. That's the soft, cushiony area behind the pelvic bone and the bladder.
I gotta go, guys.
All right, Carissa.
Bye.
Thanks, Carissa.
So happy birthday.
Okay. Thank you.
Carissa said, I'm done, Dave. She said, no more of this G spot talk. There's also, you guys, the A spot. And I want to say the O spot. Now, the A spot and the O spot are anterior and something. But basically, you have the cervix and where the vagina and the cervix meet. If you go up, I believe that's the A spot. And if you go down, I believe that's the O spot.
Why are we going over this? I'm a little lost. I know my battery died.
We're talking about deal breakers, and Carissa said sex was a deal breaker. So we got into length and width and girth,
Okay.
and now I'm just educating y'all. Go back and watch Dave Life After Dark, the episode about how to help her orgasm or climax.
I'm like 25 episodes behind.
Yeah,
He keeps doing them.
that's what she said. On that note, y'all, we're gonna go. Thank you for joining. Y'all been watching Dave Life After Dark, episode number 84. Top 20 deal breakers. Kara, thank you
I
for
think
joining.
85.
Is it 85?
That's what it says in the
It
title.
is 85. Wow. Okay, so it's episode 85. Kara, thanks for joining. I appreciate you. Thank you for
Good
your top 20.
night.
Good night. Nice to meet you.
I will try not to use my stinger, Kara, and zing you anymore. Binti, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I'll
Appreciate
talk to
you.
you later, Mama. All right, I'll see you later. All right,
Bye.
you guys, listen, if you want to support the ministry, if you want to support the platform, send the Cash App below, $ Dave Life TV. Venmo is at real easy tonight. We didn't want to go too far. My battery's about to die, so this is an hour and a half. I appreciate everybody for joining. You've been watching Dave Life After Dark, episode number 85, Top 20 Deal Breakers, man. Make sure you guys support Dave Life and Dave Life TV, and we will see you guys coming up on Thursday for Dave Life After Dark, episode number 86. Peace, you guys. Speak life in 2020, not death. I'll holler at y'all.